here with two of my funniest friends. And Charlene, I'm joking.
Hey, Billy, go to your room. Go to your room. It would be good to hear the same perspective from someone who was in need of, parental beating or something.
Smash that like button. Hey guys, welcome back to Assimilate, and today I'm here with
Charlene,
McSteve,
Peter.
And so today we're just going to be eating food, wings, and discussing some quote-unquote unpopular opinions. Before we get started, I guess you can only like and subscribe for now, but later, comments.
Your boyfriend should not stop you from finding your husband.
Thoughts?
said your boyfriend.
Your boyfriend.
No, but this is for the
Your
girls.
boyfriend.
It's you now. This is your boyfriend. This is for the girls.
or your girlfriend /
Yeah, your girlfriend should not stop you from finding your wife.
I agree. What do you mean you agree?
As in, my girlfriend should not stop me from finding my wife. Now, as in, if me and my girlfriend, if let's say I'm with my girlfriend and I see that this is not the path I want to go in life, I guess.
McSteve, what's your view on your girlfriend should not stop you from?
Oh no, definitely. That's one of my mantras actually. I'll never stop looking. Even if you're engaged, don't stop looking. You never know when.
McSteve!
When McSteve gets engaged,
I'm gonna play them this video right here. I will play them this video right here. So they know.
Just kidding. I strongly believe you should always, just like when you're at the job, they tell you don't stop looking for a better job.
You can't compare a job to a relationship with a human being.
It's the same commitment, it's the same. Don't stop looking for better things. This life is one. You didn't come here to suffer. So if something is not true, it's not.
No, but at the same time, I feel like it's not everything that cause in every relationship you're gonna have your hiccups, you're gonna have your ups and downs, and McSteve will be like, okay, peace, time to move on to the next one.
If it's hiccup, and hiccup stop, I can take it. If hiccup,
but there are different hiccups that will come
If hiccup,
up
you
now.
can't cough. It doesn't want to stop.
so you're saying that if your current relationship is not fulfilling, don't stop looking. But if it's fulfilling, even if there's something better, will you go? Because there's always better out there.
That's a good question.
Choose your words.
If it's fulfilling, right? I wouldn't be searching. I wouldn't find whatever is better. If it's fulfilling enough, I wouldn't see anything.
But then would you
That's what,
propose to someone if it's not fulfilling? Because you said if you're engaged, don't stop looking.
if you're engaged, but
you won't propose if it wasn't fulfilling now.
Okay.
I did. I did that.
If you need someone else to write your songs, you are not an artist.
I disagree.
Because everyone has their own strengths.
Yeah.
You could be a good writer, but you are not a performer.
Exactly. That's my thing.
Some people have their good children.
No, I feel like David do. I don't know why I like us. Those write songs.
I think so.
Yeah, I feel like he does. But I feel like my thing is with David Do.
Why did you not pay OPO? Sorry.
No, because I think he's a really good performer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And he's working well by not writing his own songs. I feel like his own career is going
his
well.
own
So
delivery.
I don't think you're not a good artist if you can't write. And as Charlene said, not everyone can write.
Also, all these big artists like Beyonce, people help her write her songs.
Yep.
She's been writing all. Yeah,
Guys, so
I didn't say anything there. You put something. I didn't.
Beehive.
But I feel that.
So yeah, you don't.
everyone has their strengths and different parts of the song making process.
Now, I have an opinion on this.
Let's
I feel
hear
like
it.
sometimes parents will say, oh, I don't do XYZ because of how my parents brought me up or whatever. But I personally think that's an excuse. If your parents let's say they didn't play with you or they locked you outside of the house when you went out and came back or whatever, that probably happened when you were 15, but now you're 30.
Childhood trauma shapes us, but you need to take responsibility for how you develop as a person once you become an adult. So yeah, I agree.
And how you treat other people too.
Yeah.
Peter, what are your
Go
thoughts?
to a therapist.
I don't have an opinion.
Naira Marley and Zlatan
Hey!
overrated.
Yes, I'm the kingpin.
Oh,
I stand for that one.
overrated.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree. Balance, boosted. I'm there.
Peter,
talk.
this is your moment to shine.
Talk.
I don't know how.
Aye!
I don't know how you can say that. people that, first of all, they've not been in the industry so long and they just came in, made so much of a splash, amassed a fan base such as that they have, even though like, you know, they're not necessarily seen as the most talented or the ones that have the most money or the ones that sing best. But in terms of the ones that get people to groove the most, the ones that the streets, if they hear them, streets are always ready to dance. I don't know why we're having this conversation.
What streets are these?
Naira Marley and Zlatan. Let's say you go for a rally. Let's say you go for election. The kind of songs they used to play to hype niggas up, to get people to be moving. That kind of play. Whereas if you want to sleep, maybe Oxlade. Maybe Joe Boy.
Can I step in?
Maybe those.
Can I step in?
On the road as you're walking. Can you sing? Give me one song by Fire. They say Fire. Who be Fire? But
this nigga is defining genres of music. You're literally defining different genres and using it as your yardstick for measuring who's better than who.
Because the question here was overrated. I'm saying you cannot say overrated. You can't say that,
bro. If it's influence on street, Small Doctor is the best artist in Nigeria. Then you guys are yardstick for measuring.
Small Doctor is better than Naira Marley and Zlatan.
If it's influence on street,
Small Doctor.
Yes.
Oh, this was a bit controversial.
That was heated. But I would say, I personally don't think Zlatan is overrated, but I do think Naira Marley is overrated.
Why?
I just feel like his music for me is not all that bad. Like, he has good songs.
Yes, what? Can I say?
No, they're not.
Can I say that we don't have to be part of like their target audience to judge them?
Hey, thank you,
like,
thank you.
I don't like the video. I don't like the video music. I'm not going to say the video is overrated.
But I don't like
the
music. To say that.
Exactly. No,
there's artists that you don't like their music that you can still rate them. I
Yeah.
understand that they're not overrated.
Yeah.
So you are saying you do not rate Naira Marley and Zlatan?
I rate them.
Okay, good.
I don't say I don't rate them. I'm saying they're overrated.
The new generation gives more emphasis on the beats rather than the lyrics.
The beats rather than lyrics.
Yeah.
Yes, Peter, answer this
UK does lyrics more.
Yeah.
Niger does beats. US, I don't really know what they're doing because they do more rap. So
I think. Okay, you go, Charlene.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like, if you had to choose, like, would you listen to a song that has good lyrics but it doesn't have a good beat? Like, it's just
No, but I don't think that's the thing. I don't think you can.
I'm sorry if you're watching this, but that's you, sir. That's from her question, Sha. Because her question, like, in this generation, I think this generation rates beats more.
Yeah.
Because back then, those people were just rapping on any beat.
Oh, and the lyrics,
yeah, it was really
I
nice.
definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know lots of people who, because I said that I'm really into lyrics, so people be vibing to the song and I'm like, oh, what did they just say? And like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And like that just proves that I feel like lots of people don't really care about the lyrics. So it was pop culture is more important than education. So I think what they're trying to say here is social currency more important than education, like a formal education.
well,
I don't think so.
I don't know if you can make that comparison.
First.
Like, they're both important depending on what you want to do or where you want to do.
We're definitely shifting towards pop culture being slightly more important still. Like, you think about kids on like TikTok these days, for example, they drop out of high school when they get like the first million views or whatever, and they don't get it from our education. And
But
that's what
is
I'm
it
saying.
sustainable though?
Exactly.
What I would say,
Is this sustainable? I mean, the world is only becoming more digital.
what I would say is if we're using that as like the metric of, you know, drop it out of school, doing TikTok, you know, start making money. If we're going to do it based on that money success, then you should be looking at people who have made the most money. Those Elon Musk, Bezos, those guys are not looking at
like
pop.
how
They are
important.
looking
So
at
basically, how
what they
important
studied
is
before
formal
to use them.
education?
The formal education was very important to them in setting up that to attain those things. All these TikTok guys now, which means the person who created TikTok, the person who is making that money, did that guy get the formal education? That's talking about, or was he doing pop culture? He was probably thinking of, I mean, when I make this, you know, pop culture would be good. But then it was the education that allowed him to say, okay, yeah, let me set this up, let me get this in the video.
Right.
If I'm going to be based off of success, education will still be the one that trumpet.
That's a valid point.
Thoughts?
I see it. I just think social capital is very important because, like, a lot of people can have the same level of education, but it's social capital that will, like,
That's true.
Yeah.
But then it also depends what we're talking about social capital. Like, are we talking about like what's happening, or are we talking about networking and who you know?
So it's like networking who you know what's happening, like, because in terms of networking, in order to relate to people, you need to know what's happening.
Yes.
Like, if you don't know anything, no one wants to talk. Like, experiences, like, I mean, like, interesting.
No one would go to school, kids. If you don't know anything, no one wants to talk to you.
In terms of social capital, like, if you don't know what's going on in the world,
right,
you can't really like relate to all these people you're trying to network with. Because what are you going to talk about realistically?
Next one is you should not beat. You should not beat.
100%.
You should not hit. You should not beat. You should not hit children.
100% agree. You should not.
Okay, so I feel like there's different types of beating kids, right? I'm not one that's going to sit here and fantasize about beating my unborn children. Like, I'm not going to say I will beat my children till they cry or anything. But like, some of the beatings I received in boarding school were very unnecessary and very pointless and didn't change me as a person. My mom beat me a lot when I was growing up, and it would be for things that, okay, next time I know not to do this thing, because if I did this thing, she would beat me. Do you understand? And there was no way to avoid my mom because I lived in the same house with her. So I felt like it was very effective, and it shaped me into becoming wherever I am today, be a good or bad person. So it's just whatever works for you as a parent, like, do that, because you're the one like in charge of raising this kid, and whatever works for you will work for you.
When a parent hits a kid, right, usually it's to take out their anger. Like, if you go and break the glass, they're mad that you broke the glass, so they're hitting you like because they're mad. It's not because
that's an overgeneralization.
Like,
I feel like for Nigerian parents, that's
like in school,
there's an element of
yes. Truth. So for me, I'm saying like my mom didn't beat me. Every time I did something wrong, she'll talk to me about why I did it, why I shouldn't do it, and she'll like kind of make sure that I understand. But I think one thing my mom did was she always let me like have a seat on the table. So it wasn't just her saying, "Oh, don't do this." It was like, "Why did you have to do this? Do you understand?" Like, and she actually, it was a conversation. Everything I said, my mom actually listened to. It wasn't like, "Well, I'm your dictator," type of thing. And I feel like for me that really helped, because I know that my mom respects me a lot more than other parents respect their children, and I don't want to let her down. Like, I don't want to be in the same situation again.
Like disappointment versus like anger,
or fear.
Another thing is, I feel like hitting kids is such an easy way to instill discipline. Like, there are different ways to instill discipline in a kid. So if you say, "Oh, I'm going to hit my kid if they do something," I'm sure that you can figure out other ways that would be more effective, and that wouldn't like instill, like, because beating kids can instill trauma in them, like, let's be real. So I'm sure like you can find something else that will be able to like not do that, and it wouldn't make them fear you.
So which one is more important? Your relationship with your kid, or how your kid turns out and like goes into society?
No, I feel like your relationship with your kid should always be like discipline your child, but also discipline them in a way that there's not going to be a long term, like, obviously no matter what happens, even if my mom sat me down, maybe next 2 minutes I'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you," or whatever, but I'll get over it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, my relationship with my mom was never ever like there was nothing wrong with it just because she sat me down and disciplined me.
Panel is skewed to people who have, I mean, from the outside world, or maybe even in our own lives, we can think that maybe, you know, we have good outcomes based on, you know, whether we're beating or not beating. It would be good to hear the same perspective from someone who was in need of, you know, parental beating or something. Someone who would have felt that, as in, maybe they might have had better outcomes if their parents were not soft with them.
That is not what I'm saying though. I'm saying discipline them in a way that also preserves your relationship with them.
I'll just add on that.
It depends on how you want to bring up your own child.
Right.
And if your own child, from the time they are 5-year-old, if they start, you know, doing bad things, you're okay with that. Yeah, you know, kick it out the park. Hey, Johnny. I mean, if you want to be doing all that to, you know, they get to a point where, as in, maybe their life outcomes are not good. I mean, that's you.
No, Pete, basically, it seems like for you, like, discipline is synonymous with beating.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That there's not doing anything to them, as in they will do something but say, "Hey Billy, Billy, don't do it again," right? And then there's the last extreme. That's as in you bring out blood to break the party. Nobody was beating me like that, black and blue, that blood from my body. This is what they've been doing to you since. No matter what you do, fraud. What's it called? They put some people in jail.
No, Peter, No, that discipline obviously has to fit what you did.
We all agree that there are different types of discipline.
I want
It
to. Of
doesn't
course.
have-
What I'm saying is do what works for your kid. Do what works for you and your kid. And you're not.
And
I'm
your
not allowed to.
relationship
I'm not allowed to
with
write out things for other parents. I can't.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Cool. So,
Oh my god.
thank you so much for watching. I'm sure you had a good time because we're relatively interesting people. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
And ting that notification bell.
Ting ting ting.